What's up guys, DragonCard7 here. Got a new card review for you guys. Okay, this card review is requested by a person known as Allure of Darkness 2. She asked me to reveal one of the two, Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon. And judging by I like Rainbow Dark Dragon more, I'll be reviewing that card. So, with this review, I will be reviewing Rainbow Dark Dragon. So with no further ado, ladies and gents, let's get this card review started. Let's first talk about its artwork. I do have to say the artwork of Rainbow Dark Dragon is pretty amazing. It does look pretty kick-ass. I mean, it's a darker version of Rainbow Dragon, and let's just say it has a grayer tone into its scales and has black feather wings, which I find that pretty interesting and pretty cool looking at the same time. This just most likely shows that all monsters, no matter what, have an inner darkness, and Rainbow Dark Dragon is a good prime example of a monster's inner darkness. I really do like the artwork of this a lot, and I still like it that they actually kept the colors of the rainbow on the gems on its sides there, and that's still pretty good. That's pretty cool. So when it comes to art, I actually am going to give it a 5 out of 5. I really do like the art of this card a lot. Let's get started with the effect. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 7 dark monsters with different names from your graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can banish all dark monsters you control and from the graveyard. This card gains 500 attack for each card banished this way. Well, I do have to say this card has a pretty interesting effect. Pretty much, you can banish all the dark monsters you have within the field or in the graveyard, and then he gains 500 attack for each one. Let's think of a good example. If I have like 5 dark monsters in my graveyard, and I have 4 other dark monsters on the field, and by removing them, it'll give him an additional 4,500 attack points. I mean, do the math. That counts as like 9 dark monsters, and it times it by 5. That's fucking 45 attack. That will be freaking strong, and it will make his attack of a grand total of 8,500, which that's freaking killer. Pretty good for an attack gaining ability. But here's the thing I have a nitpick with Rainbow Dark Dragon. The summoning costs. The only way that you can special summon this thing is by banishing 7 other dark monsters within your graveyard that have different names. That's really damn difficult. So I do really like the effect a lot, but it's the summoning cost that kind of gives me a second thought when it comes to this card. But it's still a good effect overall of gaining a shitload of attack points. So when it comes to the effect, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Let's get started with deck choices. The only decks I can possibly think of that will be really good for this very card will have to be anything that involves dark monsters. Black Wings, Chaos, anything that involves a crap load of dark monsters. Which, there are a lot of decks that involve dark monsters nowadays. I mean, this card is so perfect for dark decks. Even though it's really rare to see Rainbow Dark Dragon, because I barely see anyone play this card, and I don't know why. Maybe because that its ability is kind of risky and it's all that, but I like to see this card more into play. That would be pretty cool. I want to see Rainbow Dark Dragon come to play more. But I'm beating around the bush. When it comes to deck choices, I'm gonna give this card a 4.5 out of 5. Alright, final results. Rainbow Dark Dragon has great art, a pretty decent effect besides the summoning cost, and it's good for decks that involves dark monsters in general. This card is really cool in my opinion, and I really do like Rainbow Dark Dragon. I like it more than Rainbow Dragon in general. It just looks badass, decent effect, and good for dark decks in general. So, my overall score of Rainbow Dark Dragon gets a 4.5 out of 5. So, there you have it guys. That is my review of Rainbow Dark Dragon, and I thank you, Allure of Darkness 2, for giving me this review, and the link to her channel is down in the description box down below. She could use some more support because she is a pretty cool person. If you guys have any card reviews that you want me to review for future episodes, just leave your thoughts in the comments section below and I'll see what I can possibly do for our next episode. So remember guys, comment, rate, subscribe. Until next time, later, DragonCard7, signing out.